You guys, I think I might have found a massive winner. So you probably remember hearing about this whole sphere thing in Las Vegas, maybe about a year ago and around the Super Bowl. It was kind of, dominating some headlines. But I think the sphere has a big announcement coming this summer. It might even come this week. I'll get to why in a second. So the Sphere in Las Vegas, like I said, it garnered a lot of attention last fall when it first opened. Got some press around the Super Bowl. It's this innovative entertainment venue that is really unique to any other venue that exists, as far as I know. And Wall Street analysts have a $40 price target on this stock. If I pull this up real quick. So you can see here $40 average price target on the stock, implying around 15% upside from the current levels. The stock's currently below $35. But based on management's recent comments during their most recent earnings call and some unique options activity I've been seeing, there's a big announcement coming from the company this summer. They've said that, and it may even happen this week. Why do I think that? We know they said this summer, and then I've noticed that thousands and thousands of call options have been purchased with strike prices of $40 and $45, and they're all expiring this Friday, June 21. You can see them in the open interest if you go check the option chain. Now, the stock, like I said, is currently sitting at under $35. All these contracts are still open. And as I was recording this video and I was looking, there's even more calls being bought in massive quantities. So it has that going for it. Again, we know this big announcement is coming sometime this summer. I'll get to speculating on what I think it might be in a second here, but there's a lot of bullish, option activity on the stock here. So there's so many opportunities, I think, with the Sphere. While right now they have this one, sole location that's in Las Vegas, which while it's a cyclical market, it is a place that something like 40 million people go to every year. So they've got traffic. People are inevitably going to go to the Sphere while they're there, catch some shows. And international expansion is also on the table for the company. So even though they were supposed to build a second one in London, the mayor of London shut it down for whatever reasons. He's like a communist or something. But, there's a lot going for it. There's a lot of potential, again, to expand. And, this venue's unique reliance on technology really is enabling something that I don't think has ever really been possible. And that's to be able to host, multiple events in one day, and not even just the same show, all sorts of different events, shows, whatever it is. They could continuously run shows or events all day long if they wanted to, as opposed to a traditional venue. You think about what goes into it, any sort of production or trade show or whatever it is, it requires lots of setup. They're definitely not able to accommodate, different sorts of events in the same day, let alone even the same week. So this is a concept that was never really possible, and I think could revolutionize entertainment venues as we know them. That's in addition to, we'll look at some videos of the Sphere in a second here. Obviously, it's already pretty revolutionary when you look at just the immersive experience. It really looks pretty incredible. Now, another thing I like about this stock, I've been discussing another company on my channel quite a bit lately called Symbotic. And with that company, you've had management offloading the stock like it's going out of fashion. Not a great sight to see as the stock goes down. But with Sphere, the CEO, James Dolan, he's actually been purchasing a lot of shares in Sphere this year. He's purchased $10 million worth of the stock this year alone at prices between $40 and $47. So again, higher than the current price, under $35. You could potentially be getting in at lower prices than the CEO bought. And again, insiders, management can sell for a number of reasons. It may not necessarily be bad, but they usually only buy for one reason, and that is they think it's going up. So we'll take a look at some videos of Inside the Sphere if you haven't seen them, and then I just want to hit on some highlights from the recent earnings call and kind of some speculations on what this big announcement could be. So here you can kind of see in this video what's possible from the outside of the Sphere. Here's a video of the Exosphere where Microsoft had a big ad last year. Now, this post is from October of 2023. And that's the other thing I'm really liking here is that this stock is not being talked about at all. Like, if you don't have to contend with the herd already being in it, I'm liking the chances, even better. Again, I think that, getting into these things when nobody's talking about it definitely helps your chances. Again, once the crowd is in, it's often too late. And there was some initial hype with the Sphere, but it has definitely died down. I don't see anybody talking about this channel or about this company. I'm going to be like the only channel on YouTube that's posted probably in the last few months on it here. But, there's what's possible. You can do these crazy advertisements, definitely catches eyeballs, charge a huge chunk of change. Impressions are supposed to be greater than 300K. It could have been $450,000 for that ad alone. And then, not to mention the inside of the Sphere, you can see they hosted U2, just an incredibly immersive, really differentiated experience, unlike anything you can get anywhere else. PlayStation put up their own ad. And then this is funny here, marketing. Hey guys, we have about 500 million left to spend on the 2023 budget. If we don't use it, they will cut it next year. Idea, Vegas Sphere. So this company can definitely, soak up a lot of maybe what's left over of budgets, like has been stated. There's a lot of potential there. Either way, it could also be a very effective way to advertise. I'll get to why more so in a second here when it comes to hotel rooms facing the Sphere. And there was a little surcharge there, at least when it first came out. Let's get to that. Let's talk about some comments they made on their recent earnings call. I believe it was back on May 10th. So management kind of hinted at this big upcoming announcement. They stated there's a tremendous amount of technology that we're employing and building a second attraction. You will see something you've never seen before when we debut the second attraction. We'll probably announce, I suppose, this summer what we're actually up to. But I can tell you that we're employing a great deal of tech, including, here we go, they're going to say the big buzzword, including a significant component of AI in this. They even threw in our favorite meaningless buzzword, AI, but Wall Street eats it up. Any company, just mention AI, your stock goes up. It's crazy. I mean, but, I am genuinely very curious to see what they're talking about. What are they going to be doing? I'm sure it will be something pretty cool. So there's that. Now, Dolan, New Yorkers know, is also the owner of Madison Square Garden. And with Sphere, you're actually getting some exposure there as well. There was kind of this whole complicated spin out that went down. MSG spun out their MSG Networks, which is now part of Sphere and basically bringing in nearly half the company's revenue, the other half being the Sphere itself. But MSG Networks is kind of like the legacy cable and radio portion of the MSG business. And it's the last few years, it's been, shrinking. I'm assuming they tied it to Sphere because standalone, no one would want to own it. But there are a couple things going for it too, and why I don't think it's a total, red flag. The first is that I was reassured to hear on the call that, like I said, even though MSG Network's business has been seeing declining revenue, management stated how they're kind of in this period of transition while they're moving to the next medium. So it's at or near the bottom of the trough in this cycle. So it should start to improve as they start to find a more appropriate modern business model. Owning the rights to live broadcasts of the New York Knicks and Rangers should not be a problem that is too hard to solve. And who knows? There's a lot of potential here. It could be a lot of synergy with the Sphere. Maybe this can be a new way to experience sports and the like in that truly immersive environment. I don't even know what that would look like, but I'm sure they could do a lot of cool stuff and, maybe really change it up. You catch a Knicks game while you're in Las Vegas now in the Sphere. Who knows? All I know is the Sphere is an innovative new approach to the entertainment venue. You really haven't seen anything change, like what's changed in the last 50 or 100 years. Stadiums got bigger, they got like fancy big names on them. Nothing like this. And the Sphere's been open for less than a year. So they've kind of had to do a lot of tinkering to just figure out the right amount of everything when it comes to things like the overhead, staffing, security, stuff like that. Again, this is a whole new revolutionary concept. So it hasn't been as efficient as it can be, but management on the call was saying how they think things are going to become more efficient. They're still figuring it out. Again, it's been open less than a year. That'll drive down costs. That'll make, they'll run a tighter ship. It'll get more efficient over time. So I think there's a lot of potential here. Going back to the exosphere, I showed you guys a little bit of what's possible there, but I don't know if this is still happening, but at least when the sphere was first opening, hotel rooms with a view facing the sphere had a surcharge. Just to be able to look at that exosphere, they were charging a surcharge. Hotel rooms with views of a billboard don't command a surcharge, but the exosphere is already a modern billboard with lots of advertising possibilities I could see coming into fruition in the future. So you tie that to the ability to host multiple unique events in the same day, and the sphere seems to have some major advantages. Now, another interesting point, they recently acquired Holoplot, which basically provided the sound system for the sphere. They do all this stuff with like beam forming, and they see lots of potential for this unique and patented technology. And Dolan had a comment on the call as well, talking about Holoplot. He said, "We think that there's going to be a lot of legs to that company, and you really can't build a sphere without a beam forming component to it. The sound does not work unless you have that technology." And so we're very happy that we were able to acquire this tech, acquire this company, and we see it doing great things for us. So I think there's a lot of potential there. And already just last week, another venue in Las Vegas called Area 15, they actually added the Holoplot for their sound system. So this acquisition appears to already be bearing fruit. I think that patented holoplot technology should also help insulate the sphere against imitators should they arise, anyone trying to make a copycat sphere. So at the end of the day, the sphere is this new technology. It's in its infancy. It hasn't been entirely proven yet. So it is speculative, but I could see it becoming the next big thing. We're living in this world where people are constantly seeking invigorating new forms of entertainment. We live on TikTok. We're flooded with dopamine all the time. We're always looking for the next big thing. And I could just see the sphere being a place people want to go to just experience something awesome and different. So you accompany all this with a big imminent announcement, which I would bet is going to be the second sphere location, possibly even coming this week, just judging on all those option flows. You're talking about massive sums of money that are on the line with those calls. It has piqued my interest. So I'd love to turn it over to you guys. Let us know in the comments below. Have you or someone you know been to the sphere? What did you think of it? Let us know in the comments below. I've shared with my community how I plan to play this developing situation. You can join to find out. You can check it out in the link to my Substack in the description below. I've got articles on there that you can read for free, or you can join the community tier. This is Vinny from the Investment Club. I'll see you guys next time.